Hello, my name is Justin Brown, founder and lead investigator of Interface Death, and I would like to welcome you to our video presentation of the investigation we conducted at a urban legend called the Screaming Bridge of Mauds Hughes Road. During this investigation, we ran into quite a surprise. After we decided to go to this location, I always Google Earth everything before we go, get all the logistics covered, and see, get our head around the investigation so I can plan it accordingly. When our case manager, Robert Hoskins, arrived at the scene first, he called me and said, "Hey, look, there's lots of construction. The bridge seems to be tore down and they're rebuilding it." And at first I didn't know what to think. This could be good, this could be bad. The bad part of it being we can't get back there and we can't investigate it because it's tore down. Or it could be good in the case that we could get back to it. It could actually enhance the paranormal activity. And the reason I think that it could enhance the paranormal activity is every time that you try to renovate old homes or change anything involved in a haunting, it does enhance the activity. And that's just not a guess, that's just based off data that we collect in the field. So when we get there, we take a look, we decide that it is a lot easier to get down there. It's going to cut out all the traffic that you would experience while you're investigating the bridge. So it did work out in our favor, and I do believe that it did enhance the activity, but we will let you judge for yourself. What you're going to see is a SB11 session that we do. And we do it just like we normally do. We try to establish contact with any type of spirit entities or disembodied entities that may or may not be there. And what happens is very, very unpredicted and astonishing, in my opinion. We do not understand to the full extent why hauntings occur where they do. Why don't people cross on? Why don't they, go into the light or go back to God, or whatever, your belief is. Why do spirits hang out? Why do you get messages asking for help? How can they see you? Do they just hang out there all the time? Do they come back when people, call to them? These are the questions we ask ourselves when we go to these places. We go there expecting to find nothing, but in our experience, you go investigate urban legends because there's a reason why, the urban legend persists over the years. People go to these places and they report paranormal activity. Now the story, ranges and has different versions. It always seems to be the case with urban legends, because it's basically passed on through word of mouth and stories and so on. So we will give you the different versions on site and let you know what is being reported, and let you see the session in which we believe that we've caught paranormal evidence. Thank you for watching and enjoy. The legend of the Screaming Bridge of Mauds Hughes Road is not there. And we did not know this because Google Earth did not tell us that it was recently tore down. But as you can see, it is tore down. They're rebuilding it. But we're going to continue anyway. Isn't that right, guys? Diana's not wasting any time. Do you want to go over there where she is at, or?
Yeah,
let's do that. What path? Lead the way there, buddy. But there is many different versions to the legend. There was 2 people killed during a train collision or an explosion up the tracks here in the adjacent burg, and they kind of tie in that incident with the paranormal reports, which doesn't seem like it holds much water, but it is possible, I guess. So we gotta look at it at that angle. But the 2 versions of the story involve a woman's death, either by a apparent fight that went bad, basically. They were in an argument. The guy got pissed off and pushed her over the bridge and killed her. The other version of the story is they broke down on the bridge. The guy went to go get gas. When he came back, she was hanging off the bridge, which sounds totally made up, of course, but that's typical with urban legends. Many reports of people saying they hear a woman screaming, hence the name Screaming Bridge. But we're here and we're checking it out for you guys. As you can see, no bridge, but we got train tracks. And we got Diana taking some still photography of some construction. But if there's any spirits present, you are more than welcome to communicate with us. But just for the record, 41.5 degrees out here. I am getting a 0.9 milligauss reading, which is unusual. Let me speed up the processing on that. And 1.1, 1.2. We got some kind of high EMF. You typically don't find that high of EMF unless there's some electricity running through, so, let's see if we can find. I would imagine that these train tracks would have to give off something.
If it was the tracks themselves.
I would be interested in going down and taking some readings off the track. You want to do that now?
Let's do that.
Here, you got a free hand? By all means. I can at least stick one hand in my pocket.
Oh, man.
Not the radio. What are you reading right off the track?
3.2.
Stick it right on the track. 10 to 11. Yeah, that's pretty high on the track, so that's probably where our EMF field's coming from. Alright, where do you think we should go? Down here by the closest to the bridge we can, right? Yeah, me and Jerry were talking. I bet that cop thought I was taping him. Dude, they act totally different when they're on camera, dude.
Yeah.
No. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I bet he thought I was taping. Yeah. Yeah, he definitely knows what a GoPro is. Or a cheap version of one. I wish I had a good. Alright, we have a device that allows us, in theory, to speak to spirits, disembodied intelligences. If there's anybody here like that, can you give us your name? Do you see us standing here? How many people do you see standing here? Can you give us a sign of your presence? Can you speak to us, please? Someone die here? If you come up to us, we can sense your presence. We feel bad if you die tragically here, and we don't take light to that.
you need help, you need to reach out to the living, please do so. Did someone die in an accident? Okay. The temp's going up. Tell you what, I'm turn the temp back on this and see if we can see if it's going up on that too.
Okay.
What do you got now?
58.
58? That can't be right.
58.1. 58.5.
The temp is going up.
It is going up.
What? What do you got, Robert?
Now it just dropped to 38.
It just dropped to 38?
37.9.
It might, the thermocouple might be warm from being in your pocket. Let's give it a second, the baseline. Are you making the temperature go up? Can you do it again or do it more? Do you need help? I think I heard a female voice very faint right there. Did I just hear you? Try to speak as loud as you can. All right, thank you.
Ending session. A lot of people have their methods on using spirit boxes. I don't know if you noticed, but what we try to do is use as fast a scan as possible to roll out if we're getting radio traffic that we're not getting a radio snippet and misinterpreting that. And you can turn the antenna off of this, so we switch that off. We do everything we can to get no radio. Now, some people believe that they use the radio. I want them to use the white noise. So if you hear something come across nice and normal and it's just no white noise, you got something good. Yeah. So this device is geared towards the type of research we're doing, and I think it's great. And right here, you can record both spirit boxes individually. So when we go out, you know, it's hard to do that right here. But like when we go to the mansion, we'll set it up like that. If you get both channels, same response, same exact time, you cannot debunk it. So as long as we're using the device like that, I think that we can get some legit stuff to happen for us. And that's what Gary Galka wants us to do with it. Now, what other people do with it is probably not, because I follow him on YouTube, and he goes on there all the time. He's like, guys, use it like this, use it like that.